It's Athletics LLC time. I need to find a jingle.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
we had an intro, but like I need to get a jingle. So I'll work on that. I'll chat GBT it. We'll see how that goes. I can't carry a tune even
Uh,
if I had a purse, but I'll try. So anyhow, yes, manic days are among us. Snowmageddon in Texas once a year has hit us. So yeah, it's been good. So the non-Texan, Clyde, how are you
yes.
today? I know, like you're the only one that's happy. I've been seeing your guys'
Hey,
weather. I'm like, I'm so
hey,
mad.
this is obviously just a normal picture, but I assure you this is exactly what it looked like outside today, here in lovely San Jose, California. Um, there are certain events that take place in the world where if you ever doubted it, you know you're supposed to be a West Coast baby.
Right?
And this week, I would say Midwest to the Far East. Listen, I feel bad for y'all, kinda. It's definitely all bad. Shout out to those of you who are stranded in your previous destinations. Um, that's definitely not fun. And obviously there's very negative things that are happening with the weather across the country, and that's terrible. But yeah, no, out west, as I like to say, we good out west. We're good out west. 68,
Oh my gosh.
you know.
Well, I giggled because as we were all not trapped in our houses, but like definitely limited to our traveling, our go-abouts. I go on Instagram and I see a friend who's at sunny Universal Studios just hanging out. I was like, oh my God, living such a different life 4 hours away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Govna, how are you today?
Um, well, we had our own version of Snowmageddon and woke up this morning and there was a light dusting on the ground. The stairs were a little slippery. Um, and I mean the cars were iced over a little bit, but still had to do my shopping, still had to get prepared for Tuesday. They shut the campus down today. Um, But no, I mean, from here on out, it looks like it's going to be, I mean, I think we'll probably get up to like 45, 50 tomorrow, and then 60s the rest of the week. So we're all good. Kids probably needed a little bit of a respite after the meet on Saturday. But yeah, other than that, we're healthy and ready to go.
Nice, very, very nice. Polar Bear, how are you today?
Pretty good. You know, um, it's that time of the year, so you just take things in stride. Pack,
Left, right, turn left.
packing to leave the country. I will land just in time for filming of our next show on the way home.
Oh, I was like, wow.
Yep,
And take,
I'll be gone for a week.
he'll be gone till September. Just kidding. All right.
Yes.
Anyhow, all right. To the things that really matter. Football.
Mm.
Foosball. So let me pull out my handy notes. Clyde
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
the Bills versus the Rams.
Yeah, that didn't
Wah,
exactly play
wah.
out.
Huffins had the Pats versus the Rams.
50
Yeah.
50. Yeah.
Yep. Governor had Seattle versus the Broncos.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Also 50-50.
50 50. Yeah. Yeah.
And I had Bills versus the Niners.
Yeah. Nah.
Homer.
Right? So
You played with your heart, too. You played with your heart.
I did. I did. You know, You should already know I'm bad at that game. I should never play with my heart. So,
Lordy.
you know, what say you all about this thing that we like to play football, like to call football?
I mean, I think the Super Bowl matchup is a good one. Um, I personally am very happy for Sam Darnold, who you know, drew all the short ends of every stick coming out of
Every
college,
time. Yeah.
right? I mean, if you were that good in college, and he was, and you go to the Jets and then Carolina, like it's
Wow.
bad, right? It's just bad.
Just, just,
So, for him to land the last 2 years with competent organizations and competent coaching and be able to show that he actually really is very good at his job. And to now be in this position is a good story. Probably one that ultimately I'll be rooting for in the game. Seattle's obviously the favorite. Um, one the Rams Seattle game was great. All of their games this year have been great. The other game was unwatchable in the second half because of the weather.
yeah.
But
Literally.
weird decisions and the Patriot way. Do your job, don't make any mistakes, right? Like they found a way to get through it. So I think the game's gonna be really good. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. Um, I don't know if Seattle will win, but like I said, I'll probably end up rooting for them.
For me, I think my takeaway was this could be one of the least watched Super Bowls in recent memory. I think it's just I don't know. I think for the last couple years, I think America has chosen their team, and there has been a consistent, good versus evil type situation. Um, and this is the first year that that hasn't happened. I think fans are now trying to catch up with, oh, wait a minute, Mike Vrabel is with the Patriots? When did this happen? Oh, like, and his OC is no longer a head coach, and he's now an OC, and he's back at the Patriots, and they're getting it done once again. I mean, this Pats team, I think, is going to be one of the least known teams going into the Super Bowl. Um, and I mean, kudos to them. I mean, as Clyde so eloquently put it, I mean, they just didn't make any mistakes. The Broncos had a point blank field goal to just go ahead and kick and decided that they needed 14 points, and it turned out that they only needed 10. And that's something that, I mean, obviously hindsight is 2020, but I think for them to think that they needed to score bunches on a day like that, um, I think that was a huge miscalculation on their part. But nevertheless, I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to win this game going away. I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, they always play the Rams. It's always entertaining when they play the Rams.
Mhm.
Uh, and but I'm even more of a fan of the Seahawks because Tyreek Woolen, their top DB, is a UTSA product. So go,
Yeah.
Now,
so
he was
go
getting
Runners.
abused there for a minute.
Well,
He
yes,
almost cost them the game.
yes, I know, but I mean they went after him. They clearly
Oh yeah.
did. Puka was on the case, but nevertheless. He's going to the Super Bowl, and we are so happy here in San Antonio for him.
Yeah. It's a cool story. I, I have so many takeaways from this week and going into the Super Bowl. I'll truncate as much as I can. One, I would like to see the media go after Sean Payton the same way they would go after, I don't know, any black head coach for for the decision making that happened in this game, because it was, dare I say, borderline reckless. Like there was some wild decision making going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But you're landing that on a race issue?
Yes, and I'm not landing it on a race issue on his part, meaning it's the way the media treats different races. It's not about what race he is for choosing it. I said I would just like to see the media go after him the same way they've gone after others. Anyway, um, look, at the end of the day, that game was funny to watch to me because it's almost impossible to believe in either one, right? Like I think the Patriots are too soon, and I
Hmm.
think the Broncos are not complete, right? And so like they did the best job of showing up to the dance and being where they're at, and there's no shade towards them for that. But at the end of the day, I said this before the game started, it doesn't matter who wins this game because either one of them is going to get slapped to sleep by either NFC team, right?
Yeah.
Like I have to ask the people in my house how much money I can bet on this game because the line has ballooned up to Seattle by 5.
Yeah.
Like it started at Seattle by 3, and I would have bet my entire like life savings on Seattle -3. Because there's going to be more money bet on Seattle. That line is going to keep moving, and it might get to 7, which then it gets a little dodgy because the end of football games is always cheeky,
This is true. This is
especially in the
true.
Super Bowl when they're like the game's at hand and we want to let people
Hmm.
play. So
Right.
I get all that.
Right.
Um, but what I find as the most interesting takeaway from this weekend is there have been a borderline an innumerable number of USC quarterbacks that have played in the NFL. Sam Darnold just joined a list that is truly remarkable. USC quarterbacks who have started in the Super Bowl. Do y'all know who's on the list?
Carson Palmer.
Let me stop you. The list is Sam Darnold. There has
Palmer
never
didn't
been
make
no
Palmer didn't make the Super Bowl with the Cardinals.
for the Bengals or the Cardinals. No, there has been one USC quarterback to ever start in the Super Bowl, which in and of itself speaks volumes about what sort of nonsense has happened to them in their NFL careers.
Oh
But
yeah.
but if I had to pick one, because for the most part I've not liked most of them. If I had to pick one for it to be, I think I would without question pick the redhead who has been treated like a stepchild in the NFL, right? Like when you win 14 games, your team is supposed to move mountains to keep you. They're not supposed to be like, nah, we like the young kid, be gone. So it's awesome to me that he won 14 games 2 years in a row,
Yep.
but everybody was expecting him to fall apart in the playoffs, quote unquote, like he did last year. And he
Hmm.
was like, here, hold my beer. 300 plus, 3 TDs. It's on me and my one wide receiver and my ridiculous defense. And this is how we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yep.
All
I
true.
bet you this much. If it comes down to the very end of the game, I bet they run the ball.
Well,
Nothing. Come on. That was a pretty good one.
listen. I think
Wow.
listen, I really don't think this is gonna be a blowout at all. I think it's gonna be pretty damn close. But I your first comment was really interesting to me, and since we're here, we may as well get into that. Sean Payton isn't gonna get the criticism that others, quote unquote, would get because he's white. I think he's not going to get the criticism that others would get because he's seasoned and respected at what he specifically does, right? Like if he was a young head coach or first time head coach and made a choice like that, he's not going to get a pass. I remember, y'all may or may not remember, remember when Belichick was playing against when the Patriots were playing against Peyton Manning and Belichick went for it on fourth down from like the 35-yard line?
Yes. Yes.
No, everybody kind of just rolled with it at the end of the day because it's Belichick, right? Like Sean Payton has enough cachet to make a very curious call like that. And people be like, yeah, I kind of get it, but I probably wouldn't have done it. Right? Like I don't really see that particularly as a black versus white issue. It's more like a who's got a name and who doesn't. Because had the Seattle dude did that, oh, they'd fry him for that.
But they
They
would have
fry him
lit
for that.
Mike Tomlin on fire had he done that.
Yes.
They would
When
have.
has that ever happened to Mike Tomlin?
It never would, because he's not making that decision ever.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like that. I feel like that's. I don't know about that one. Like,
You never do. It's okay.
no, I'm just. What you mean? What do you mean? I'm trying to see where that has happened before.
As I said, I just want to see the media treat everybody the same. That's it.
You actually
I
want
don't
that?
even think. Yeah, I do. I do.
You really do.
I 100% do.
So you don't think that the media, the sports media, should treat people within the context of what they've accomplished? LeBron should get the same scrutiny as
No, no,
the,
no, no,
the
no.
rookies.
What I'm saying is, people who are equally yoked. If you're a seasoned coach, you get seasoned coach treatment. If you're a young coach, you get
Okay.
young coach treatment for sure. But I'm talking about across color lines at different levels of seasoning, right? So, like, look, the vitriol that we're talking about that sport that that Doc Rivers has gotten versus others who have done less. It's just been outrageous to me, right? Like it happens differently with. I mean, look, we started talking about this last week with Josh Allen. We're not going to go back into that because you're never going to hear it, even though it's just true, right? Like he gets treated differently. It's just true.
I agree that he gets treated differently. I don't agree that it's necessarily from a race perspective.
As I said, you never do.
All right.
It's okay.
Well, listen. The whole
this
Josh
is an
Allen.
opinion
Listen,
show.
the whole Josh Allen thing. What's the obvious counterpoint that people like to make? Lamar Jackson. Those two men have been in a bunch of playoff games. Lamar Jackson typically plays like shit in the playoffs, and Josh Allen typically plays awesome in the playoffs. So there's your difference. Those are facts.
If you compare those two guys' careers
In the playoffs.
if you compare those two guys' careers, there is literally almost no comparison as to who has played better for their careers. But if you just take a series of media clips assessing them, you don't think they're assessing, because I'll say that their careers are relatively equal, to be honest, right? But if you look at what's
I think
said about
Lamar's
one,
been much better in the regular season than Josh Allen, and Josh Allen's been significantly better in the postseason.
if you look at what's been said about both of them, you're just like, these two people, they're not talking about the same level of quarterback. But those two guys are, no question, top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL.
Agreed.
But they don't get treated equally.
Again, if you earned your reputation for being bad, Sam Darnold earned his reputation for being bad in the playoffs. That's why everybody thought Seattle would fall apart in the playoffs. He earned that.
Mm-hmm.
And last night he dispelled it. Like, that's why it's cool.
But what's crazy about that is, like, did he really earn that? No, he played bad in his first playoff games. So have many people.
Sure. Okay. Right. So watch this. Here's a white to white comparison. Justin Herbert's getting flamed for being 0-3 in the playoffs. You know who else is 0-3 in the playoffs? Peyton Manning. And he was worse than Justin Herbert.
And he was getting flamed for a long time. You
Right,
know what? You know who else got flamed for a long time for that? John Elway.
right. So again, I like people earn mostly. Now, again, if you're talking about how Lamar Jackson was treated coming out of college, oh, there was a whole bunch of racism with that. Absolutely.
Well,
Like
let me ask you a
undeniably.
question. Whether he played well or bad or whatever this year, the way they talk about Jalen Hurts is like he literally can't throw a football. It,
Well,
okay, wait. Let's go back to let's just use the same metric you just used, right? The, that man has not won but two Super Bowl MVPs.
Jalen Hurts is a fascinating example because
He is fascinating because he's
Jalen
all over the
Hurts
place.
Jalen Hurts has like the unequivocal respect of most everybody for his leadership, for his like presence in pressure situations, but arm talent as a quarterback, he's not top 20 in the current NFL.
But in both Super Bowls, he was
He
really good.
outplayed Mahomes.
In both Super Bowls, he was really good at throwing the football. He did not play him in one of them. He outplayed him in the second one. He did
Right.
not outplay him in the first one. He ain't no
Oh,
he did
okay.
not play him in the first one.
But
That's why they lost.
okay, but it's all about what you fancy, right? If if the NFL for whatever reason had a reset and everybody's open to be drafted, would Chris Huffins draft Jalen Hurts as a top 10 QB right now?
No, probably
No,
not. No.
but his resume says you better.
No, I might, but it'd probably be 10th.
Right, but his resume, like what he's accomplished, says he's top two.
But again, no, it doesn't. It's just that people like to take what you do in the playoffs and make it way too big, be it good or bad, right? Like it's like this. Lamar's not as bad as people think he is from what he's from the way he gets described because of his playoffs. We'll call them fumblings, whatever it is. Just like Jalen isn't as good as his his two Super Bowl MVPs. Does that make sense? Because to me, it
Sure.
all goes together. Like, listen, Dak Prescott is the quintessential elite level. Like he's like what Peyton Manning was until he won a Super Bowl, right? If you look at his stats, his statistics are elite for regular season. If you look at his statistics in his three playoff games, you're like, huh, what we doing?
Don't get me on the Dak train. I'm trying to be
I'm not
nice to
picking any of
Curtis.
these quarterbacks. I'm just saying, like, I sometimes we pick and choose what we're going to say is important, right? Like to me, it's all of it, right? Like it's all of it. Like you can't, to me, if you play, like, listen, I'm a Giants fan and Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer, but Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer for two playoff runs. He was
Yes.
insane. He was insane in those
Playoff
two playoff
Eli, I
runs.
want. I
And,
want playoff Eli. I don't want
and
regular season Eli.
and let's be clear, one of the biggest reasons he's a first ballot Hall of Famer is because he didn't just do those playoff runs. He beat Brady for both those titles.
That's right.
Right.
100%.
But Eli Manning is a average
Regular season
professional quarterback. Now, regular season, postseason, all of these things.
No, postseason
But
he's elite.
He was hot as hell for 8 games.
But you can't call 8 games and 2 Super Bowl runs hot. He elevates in the postseason. Now, whether he gets to the postseason is another issue. But once he's there, he elevates.
I'm not one of those people that believe in quarterback wins, but Eli Manning's career playoff winning percentage is one game above 500. His career games quarterbacked, he is one game over 500. So
Regular season, yes.
At the end of the day, all games included, at the end of the day, like you are whatever your whole resume says, not this piece or that piece. All of it. It all goes together.
Like I said, Jalen Hurts has earned the reputation that he has. Like I said, nobody questions him on leadership. No, like he's one of those. Like do the Philadelphia Eagles the past 3-4 years have the best roster in the NFL? They absolutely do.
Yes, they do.
Sure.
If you take Jalen Hurts' skill set QB play and dump him. I don't know. Carolina made the playoffs this year. Put him on the Carolina roster. They ain't getting nowhere near the playoffs.
Probably not.
So, but this is you see what I'm saying? Like it's all in
Part
context.
of quarterbacking is doing what they ask you to do.
Correct.
So like some people get asked to do more and some people get asked to do less.
Right. Usually because of the skills that they do or do not have. Jalen Hurts can't drag a team to and through the playoffs.
There's like 3 people in the NFL who can.
Thank you. And Josh Allen seems to be one of them, and Lamar Jackson seems not.
Yeah, but but Lamar Jackson is the only reason they even made the playoffs.
Okay.
So like that narrative
I
doesn't
can't.
track.
I wouldn't say that because of the whole Derrick Henry issue.
Get out of here! Derrick Henry didn't drag them to 7 straight wins.
No,
Look at the numbers in those games.
I get it. Lamar Jackson's phenomenal.
All right, Chew, save us from ourselves because trust me, Chuck and I will talk about football from now till
I was
Thursday.
literally giving you guys like 5 more seconds.
It was fun though.
No, absolutely, and you're supposed to. But I do need your guys' picks, like officially. Like
I'm taking New England.
I'm
Wow.
taking Beastquake 2.0.
Yeah, he's not on the team.
He might as well be.
Hey, they could sign him for a 1-game deal and put him at the 2-yard line and give him the ball, see what happens.
I would be here for that because he would score.
No, he wouldn't.
See,
And then he'd find a golf cart.
there's something in me. That's the Pats.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
we got a Seahawk, 2 Pats.
Mhm.
Governor, would you like to speak some common sense into this conversation?
Man, it's you and I see eye to eye, okay?
Yes.
And sometimes, you talk about eye tests, right? And man, do they really meet the eye test? There is no way that the Pats are going to be able to handle that Seattle defense. Not a chance.
Can the Seattle
Not a
offense
chance.
handle the pass defense?
Absolutely.
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 All
I mean,
right. Well,
again, going back to the decision, you have Jake Stidham as your quarterback.
First of all, it's not the
Like,
boy's name. Respect the backup QB. His name is not Jake.
It's Jake from State Farm.
His name is Jared. Okay,
It's Jared Stidham.
Jarrett
Jake-
Stidham.
He
Jake,
played like
Jared,
Jake Stidham.
Jamal.
Jarrett
Oh.
Stidham.
But
I stand
Sean,
corrected.
Sean Payton was playing in everybody's face. They gave Stidham the keys to the castle. Was like, go ahead, dude, do your thing. Like this dude started all year.
Hey,
I was like, wow.
to my earlier point, he made it work with Taysom Hill. He made it work with Jameis. He made it work with Teddy. And he was like, I'm doing it again. That's exactly what happened.
No, that is what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
He was in the building and he was feeling himself for sure.
That's right. That's right.
For sure.
all right. Well,
He effed around and found out though.
Hey,
split screen, and we'll see it in 2 weeks to see what happens. So, I mean, I'm sure we'll have more to talk about the halftime show than the game itself. But
we here in our beautiful weather at San Jose apparently get to host the NFC team
yes,
for their session. So the Seahawks will be in and around the building. You know what I mean? It's pretty awesome.
Big League has stumbled us onto something I think is really, really fun to talk about. Did y'all see the element of petty that the NFL gave all of the angry right wingers? So there was this huge outcry and complaint, right, from the right wing that football is an American game, and we have a performer that's going to do the halftime, right? So that like over and over and over again.
Yep.
So they gave them a headliner. Did you see who the headliner is?
It's Bad Bunny.
No, no,
not
no, no,
headliner.
no.
What's the opening act?
Opening
Oh, the
act.
opening act. No, who's the opening act?
It's Green Day.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny.
Green Day has
Bay Area, Green Day.
literally gone straight after Trump on stage. They've changed the words to songs to go straight after this man on worldwide stages. This
Yeah.
is going to be elite. The
They're gonna
guy
do it
with
again,
the
just
guy
so
with the
you know.
censorship button is going to be like
Bay Area stand up, Green Day. Love it.
Speaking
so
of, I don't know if this is true, but I saw a blurb that Bad Bunny is going to wear a dress during
Listen,
the
sure.
show.
listen. Bad
Yes.
Bunny gonna be out there trying to piss off as many people as possible.
Listen, the NFL, somebody at the NFL was like, listen, there's a whole lot of black people that play in this league. There's a
Yep.
whole lot of Democrats who like this league. And
Hmm.
at the end of the day, like we messed this up with the Kaepernick thing. We're not messing this up again.
Nope. Nope.
You know, I watch sports talk. I listen to sports talk radio here. And the other day, somebody, I think CBS Sports, came out with it was weird. The political affiliations of players in each league, like what percentages? Which professional sports league do you think is the quote unquote most democratic at 68.9%?
Basketball,
Which basketball?
NBA basketball.
WNBA basketball,
Oh well, sure. I'm
Mm.
sorry. You said
right?
professional leagues.
I, they, they, they
I'm
get
not with
paid,
that.
sir.
Wow.
They do.
They get
Wow.
paid. They are
Yeah.
professionals.
They are.
The second was the NBA. But
Interesting.
amazingly, that's what I said. Amazingly, the NFL was actually third, but they went so far as to break it down by positions.
Oh boy.
That was outrageous
Oh man.
because it was literally like the divides within the locker room, right? Like,
Hmm.
you know, make whatever assumptions you want. The D line is like 70% Democratic and the O line is like 69% Republican. Do
Sure.
you get where we're going with this? The most Republican position in sports is long snapper.
Yes, that would make sense to me.
Evidently, they are all Republicans.
So the Mason Rudolph brouhaha was real. That's what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought it was interesting. Not really the results, because in my brain they were. I mean, like the most Republican league was hockey. Shocker, right? Okay, like I get all that.
Well, I would have went baseball, but I guess that makes sense.
Hockey just barely over baseball. But
Okay.
what I thought was really, I thought the positional breakdown that they actually did it in the NFL was outrageous. And so I was here for those statistics. Got to manage a lot when you manage a roster that big, man.
Hmm.
53
Interesting.
53 personalities is a lot no matter what you're talking about.
All right. Where we
All
went
right.
on a super
I know.
tangent.
Back on track. Literally. Track is back.
In the professional realm, or are we starting there?
Let's start there. I've got that screen up first. So um as impactful or as minimal as the lineup was, New Balance gave us some stuff.
It did.
Gave us a good little taster. It was a nice little aperitif to what we've got coming on in the season.
I'm not trying to be funny, but like, has there been a better version of the New Balance meat?
Yeah,
I
there's been
feel
similar because it wasn't, I mean,
okay.
there was a New Balance meet where the women's 60 hurdles world record was broken, like the second fastest or third fastest men's 60 hurdles. And then one of the middle distance or distance races was a world record. So it's, I mean, I thought it was comparable to what it normally is. I did think that the storyline of those who underperformed in the middle distance realm last year, who came out, hell bent with a vengeance. I thought that was cool, right? Like Hobbs Kessler is it what's Hoey's first name?
Josh Hoey.
Josh.
Josh.
Josh. That's like it's not Joey Hoey. It's Josh Hoey. They I knew that wasn't right, right? That's why I didn't say it. But I knew it started with a J. But yeah, I mean
Oh.
they both looked as good as you think they are, if
Hmm.
that makes any sense. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'll say this. If Hobbs Kessler and Cooper Lukenhouse are not the future of American middle distance running, I don't know who is.
I mean, Luke and House, listen, he's pro now, so we could talk about him all we want.
Sure.
That kid's just different. And
Hmm.
I, you know, I love watching him. The world record uh in the 8 is crazy. Like
It
It
is.
is it
what
is crazy because that sometimes records get broken indoors from on the track, right? And you're just like, yeah, but all right. It gets broken every year. That particular record is redonkulous and
yeah,
has
Hmm.
been for since Wilson Kipketer said it. That record's been redonkulous.
Hmm.
right. Who he took it from and in a legitimate event. And I'm not trying to poo-poo on the weird events that we do indoors, but I kind of am. I don't really care about a 2,000-meter world record. Yeah, I
Same,
just
same.
I don't care. The 800 meters is a legitimate world-renowned event, and
Hmm.
for him and his brother, which was phenomenal, to go out there and lay assault to that record in that venue. And let's be clear, that's New Balance Boston. That ain't the launch pad Boston,
Right,
right?
Yes.
right.
Like that was amazing. Like legitimately amazing.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. Like that was amazing to watch. But as good as it is, listen, we all know where my bread is buttered as far as track fandom and loyalty. I will watch Cooper Lukenhouse or Hobbs Kessler do anything.
Yes.
If you tell me that Cooper Lukenhouse and Hobbs Kessler are racing from here to the popcorn stand and back, I will watch it because those two young men, that's what the future of something is supposed to look like, right? You got a whole bunch of right now, but no matter what they do, you can see the future is better, right? Like you can see it in Hobbs Kessler. Like the more he races, the better he races. He's not just talented. The more he races, the more of a tactician he's becoming. He's a problem for everybody, dude. A problem.
So, side note, what do we think about them using the lights for him to chase to break the record?
You already know what I think, so
I don't understand. I don't have a problem with the lights. I don't understand what
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
understand what the people's problem
Okay.
is with the lights.
So, do you think it added another dimension for the crowd to see him that close to the lights and for him to cross the line and knowing that it was a WR?
Okay.
Or what we're used to is there's always kind of a little bit of a, well, did he get it? I mean, you're waiting to see the clock,
Okay.
right?
So now that's a very good question. I was not in the building. Obviously, I was watching on television.
Yes.
I will give a thorough answer to you on this. And somebody can go back and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe that I was because I remember thinking this in real time. The lights
Beat
are
him to the line.
correct.
because they were
Yes.
set at
So,
142 flat.
Yeah.
okay. So we don't know that dynamic. We don't know that
Hmm.
the front light is 142 flat. But
Yeah.
what you generally understand is the lights are on world record pace and the lights beat him to the line. So in the moment, from a television audience, it
Hmm.
is much more exciting. I'd much rather watch the lights and know
Hmm.
that he's in it every lap and he's going to do his thing than listening to Susie or whoever the hell pontificate from the microphone, which half the time they get wrong anyway. So when he
Right.
crossed the line, I thought, damn, He just missed the.
He just missed
Oh my
it.
God,
Yeah.
it is the world record. So
Yeah.
the lights didn't take that away from me, the television viewer. It made it more
Hmm.
interesting. Now, I cannot remember ever being live at an event and watching the lights.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
even
I
know if
have.
I can see them in real time in the event, but I never
Yeah.
watch the lights when I'm there. I'm just focused on the dude or the girl who's running,
Hmm.
and I can't hear the announcers being lame one way or the other, right?
Right.
So I don't think the lights take away anything. I think they enhance the television experience,
Oh, I
which is
don't
what
think
they're
they
really
take
for.
away anything. It's just full on cheating in my book. But I will say this. I but here's the thing though. This isn't new. This is completely on brand for me. Remember, I'm the person who said I think we should outlaw rabbits because
No,
it
Hmm.
I
is cheating.
understand.
Like all of it is. But here's my thing. If you're gonna do it, let's do it in the best way possible. I will argue till I'm dead. If you put lights in the 400, if you lit up
Oh
the
my
lanes in the
goodness.
400, we would have this would have happened a long time ago
Yeah.
because the
Yes.
400 is the most pace driven, don't mess it up race ever,
Yeah.
right?
The
Like
only the
Baylor's
only the only
Baylor's
issue
whole training model is based off pace lights.
well, the only issue in the four is that you would have to run in lane one. They haven't figured that out how to do that in multiple lanes.
I
Yeah, you
you
know.
and I both know they could do it in multiple lanes.
Hmm.
It's a money thing.
Yes.
They could do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right? And here's the thing. Fine. Just do it in lane 5. You're the best guy anyway. Let's see what you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's funny to me that you find that you don't like rabbits and they should be illegal and da, 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 because in the events that we coach predominantly in the 15 and the 8,
Hmm.
you find people who will pull you around.
Right. Which is, I absolutely was about to get on him for that.
No. Listen, that is erroneous.
Oh, that is a
It's
dig.
erroneous.
No, yes. Because we find people that we should be racing. There none of those people that we race are going to
Hmm.
step off the track. They're running for their own mark. They're running for their own scores. None of them is a rabbit.
Okay.
No, but they're an aid, which is what the rabbit is, right?
But you have to you have to have the stones to race that person, and that person is not paid for his pace. Listen, if I asked you and Kareem, what are y'all gonna run today? And like we're gonna run about 4:32. I'm like, sweet, I need to run 4:33, which is a PB for me, right? And then the first 2 laps, y'all go out in 64. Guess what? I'm booked. And you don't owe me anything, and nobody's going to say a word to you. So, no, that is way different because everybody in the
Oh.
race is racing. Nope, nope, nope.
Okay, got it. I don't know that
Uh-oh.
I principally, but I hear you. I will listen to you. I
Oh
will
my
listen to you.
goodness.
Okay,
So,
please forgive me. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm going to turn off my screen. Keep going.
okay, got it. So, otherwise, there were other events,
There
believe
were.
it or not.
So
There were.
I most definitely want to get into Dean Asher Smith.
Oh boy.
But
Okay.
first of all, full disclosure, I'm a huge fan of Dean Asher Smith.
Hmm.
No way. Really?
No, I mean, that's not a person that generates a lot of passion one way or another, typically, right? Like she's really
From
good.
you, though, you have always been a fan of Diener. That's why I said, really?
Well, that ain't for y'all. That's for the audience. The audience don't know that I like Dina,
Yes,
right?
they do. You've mentioned it multiple times on this show. The,
Okay,
Fair enough.
moving on. Jesus Christ.
All I'm saying is that if you know anything about Dina's career, especially recently, the coaching scenarios have been all over the place. And there was a lot of wonder of if moving to Waco and joining what is I believe is officially called Ford Racing, Michael Ford's pro
Hmm.
side of things, was going to pan out. It's one race. It's just a 60. But if you're a fan of Dina Asher Smith and you watch her run over the years, she looks real different. She looks amazing. And for her to run that race that way with that time as an opener. Like, hey man, if that's the direction we're headed right now, I love it. And I can't wait to see what else comes. I'm just sorry it's a year where nothing really matters, right?
Yeah.
If like that's the one thing. Like it's 2026. Like at the end of the day, all anybody's gonna get are fast times, right? But she looks incredible. And props to her and props to Mike. And whatever's going on down there in Waco, it's working. So keep
Well,
that train moving.
I've got a thought. Um, why don't all the members of Ford Racing have an F-150? Like, what are we doing?
Ooh,
I mean, somebody put
sponsorship.
in a call. Ford Racing? That's
I mean,
awesome.
we are in Texas.
That is awesome.
Right.
Hello, in the heart,
Right.
right? Come
Right
on,
on the
man.
river too. Get it on the Brazos. I'm sure there's a Ford dealer right on the
All right, we're
Brazos.
we're gonna send this out into the ethos, all right? So
Right? I'll clip it and send it
that's
to Ford. Yep.
exactly.
There we go. Just an hour away. Got it.
Yep.
So in that race, Dina
Mm-hmm.
did run 7:08, which they've noted as a season best. Brianna Liston ran 7:11. Mia Birch ran 7:32. Jada, I can't see. I think that says Mowat. I don't have my glasses
Yeah,
on.
nothing else in that race.
I was gonna say after that, it's kind
Nothing
of
else
meh.
after that was yeah.
So, but yeah, so interesting about that, right? For the
Um,
men's 60. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
oh no, I thought we were jumping around. Go ahead. Men
Polar
60s.
bear,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was just gonna go to the men's 60 since we were there. We've got Akeem Blake at 7:53, and then Eloy Benitez, I think that's what that says, at 56, and then Mr. Jordan Anthony at 57.
That was the
So,
most interesting thing about that. Jordan Anthony got his head busted
Mm-hmm.
all the way around.
Jo- Jordan Anthony evidently does not believe in drive phases.
well,
I
so here's my
I
thing.
just I just thought it was funny to mention because we talked about quote unquote drive phases last week. That's all. I wasn't taking a shot at Jordan at all. I just thought it was funny because so many people think you're supposed to look exactly like Maurice Green.
I
So
mean,
is this not
whatever.
Mr. Football?
No, no. See, chew. Now, see, now you
Here we
see.
go. Here we go.
Listen, it doesn't matter how Mr. Anthony sees himself. The fact of the matter is, he is a professional sprinter.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Okay, if he could play football, he'd be playing football.
Say that again for the people in the back. If he can play football,
He'd be playing
he'd
football.
be playing football. Because ain't
And
nobody choosing. If you can do both, ain't nobody choosing track.
and and so again, it's early in the year. It's 2026. It's just a 60-meter dash, but that could be the first of a few lessons that he is going to have to learn that now that he is no longer, in the NCAA system. When all the people around are professional sprinters, they take their profession seriously. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just step out there and do you and think, well, I'm the football guy, so it's all sweet. Nah, it's not actually.
Hey,
And
think about it. He opened the season at 656. Last year,
Mm-hmm.
that would have been sweet.
right,
Right?
Yep.
yeah. And but
One
I'm
year
just
ago, that would have been perfectly fine.
like, bro, ain't nobody playing these games with him or anyone else.
Nope.
So it's cool. It's 2026. There ain't no medals being given out this year. And
Right.
I'm certain by 2027, Jordan Anthony will be a serious medal threat, especially, you know, in the hands of ultimately who he's going to be in the hands of. But this is not a game. And I think there's going to be some lessons to be learned. First and foremost,
Mm-hmm.
the race in Boston.
100%. His training partner got a little lesson too.
Who would that
Listen,
be?
Noah.
Okay, so here's the
I,
thing with that, and I honestly don't know. So by all means, anyone here or in the comments
Mhm.
ultimately educate us. We all know that Jordan Anthony signed with Adidas, and we all know that eventually he will be with Lance Brahman. But there is video from this recent time of him still training in Arkansas.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
so I guess he hasn't gone there yet. I guess that's what the deal is.
so that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's not yet in Orlando, or if that mission is delayed or whatever, maybe he wants to graduate for I don't know, you know what I mean? But there are
Right.
videotapes of him training in Fayetteville.
And Fayetteville.
And
Yeah.
so if he's still in Fayetteville,
Yeah.
results like what just happened are, probably going to start some things moving and shaking, in a different direction. I don't know. All I'm saying is for all the people that like the whole 300 spectacle with Noah, right? Listen, Noah is really good for the sport. I don't care what side of the Noah Lyles debate that you're on.
And
And I
I'll say
love,
this. I
yeah,
could not agree with you more. That's all. Like, you know
no,
what I mean? Like we already like I'm on record of saying that I'm not really a fan of Noah's, but I will say this. What he is doing, he is trying. Right?
right.
Like he is trying to bring eyeballs and clicks and
Mm-hmm.
such to the sport. And he's actually being relatively successful at it.
Yeah, no, Noah understands the mission.
Yeah, he does.
And so for him to on purpose go at Vernon Norwood of all people.
Of,
Vernon's
of,
like
of
Vernon's
all
like the
people.
sweetest dude ever, right? Like he is just chill, right? But that was fun to watch, especially those of us who understood that none of that was actually serious.
Right. At all.
But people are like, Jareem beat him in the 300. Jareem's supposed to beat Noah in the 300.
Yes.
What
Yes.
The
Yes.
funny part is Noah's PB is faster than Jareem's, but I think we all agree Jareem was never supposed to lose that race.
No.
No. And he
No.
ran it like a person who knew that he was not supposed to lose that race.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
listen, ever since Jareem realized that his 200-meter time in this world was probably over
Mm-hmm.
and moved to the four, like Jareem Rich is one of the best 400-meter runners on the planet.
On the planet, yes.
I mean, he's
Like,
run 43.7.
he's really good.
He's really
And,
good.
and Noah can't run 43s.
Yeah.
Not on a split, not in the open. So on a banked indoor facility, Noah made a move and
Yep.
thought it wasn't going to get covered. No, like you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
400
it was
meter guy. I mean, what's his name? Doesn't have the foot speed to keep up with Noah like that.
right. He can't
Vernon
beat
doesn't
Vernon.
have it,
Right.
but Jareem
Now,
has the foot speed.
if there was another 100 meters to go, Vernon would have beat him too.
Oh, absolutely. It wouldn't
Yes.
have even been close.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what everybody was shocked about. Great race, very entertaining. I'm here for it. Do it again, right? But
And they said they're gonna.
yeah, I'm here for all
I'm
of
here
that.
for it. I'm here for it.
We want to go into that 400-meter race.
Absolutely.
So
That is a
get to
professional
do,
400-meter race, is it not?
I mean,
Yes. Here's all I'm going to
can
say.
you
That
call
way,
it professional?
Yes. The professional athlete won it,
and there was a what are they called? A sponsor's invite.
right? And there's money.
Okay.
But I'll say this: at the professional level, your form and technique will eventually matter. I'll just leave it there. Right.
But
At some point, it, it's going to matter. I don't know when it's going to matter, but at some point, it's going to matter. I'm not speaking specifically of this race because, again, I would hope by now people will understand that a high school superstar's calendar is not like the rest of the high schoolers.
Mm-hmm.
that's right.
That's what I do want people to understand that, right? If we are expecting a high schooler, we'll use Cooper Lukenhouse because we can talk about him by name because he's a pro. He's in high school, right? But his calendar is that of a pro athlete's calendar,
Right.
right? Now, the other young man is in high school and competing against high schoolers, but let's be clear, his calendar is also that of a professional's calendar because the expectation is that when there are major championships to be made, that he will make the teams. So it is not. It doesn't behoove him to be ready to empty the tank in May.
So,
True,
to
true.
that point, I'll simply say this, because a lot of people have a lot of all over opinions on this. 2 years ago, the spectacle that was the meteoric rise, right, took everybody by storm. It's a great story. You got the Olympics, right? As the world is now keenly aware of this, the shine is off of that, right? Now it's just somebody in my way that's trying to take money off my plate.
Right.
And again,
Right.
the professionals ain't having that.
Right.
Caleb McRae's good. He's good. He's very good. He has no business out there letting children take money off his plate.
I mean, that's just a fact.
And listen, that's exactly what all of these kids, those that are good enough, phenomenal enough, talented enough to step in, because listen, the high school scene is exploding. We got shit all over the place in the high school scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
The high school kids would be leading the NCAA list in a lot of these events right now, right? The children are not going to, it's going to be harder and harder for the children to step in the ring with the professionals when the professionals are running for their livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
I'm not letting children take food off my table. And now that it's no longer a secret, now that it's like an expected thing, now that's the buildup, right? Part of the New Balance meet is we're going to have this spectacle in the 400.
Right.
McCrae's like, yeah, forget all that. Y'all tripping. Cut me my check and let's go. You see what I'm saying? And that's
Mm-hmm.
the way it's probably going to be for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we know why they chose the field events that they chose,
Wow.
I mean,
or why they landed the way they did?
not really.
That references to men's triple drum, to be honest.
Not really. I will say this about the meet overall, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. For it to be the New Balance meet, I ain't
There
see a
was,
lot of New Balance.
there wasn't a lot of New Balance in that meet.
We ain't see a lot of New Balance,
I
right?
mean, that was a New Balance meet that didn't have Gabby, didn't have Sid, and didn't have Femke.
Well,
Right.
hold on,
Segue.
pause,
Segue.
pause.
We know
We
why
missed
Sid's
it.
not there.
I,
We missed
I,
that.
we do know why Sid's not there.
No, but it doesn't matter why Sid is not there. And
She's
congrats,
still not there, right?
right? Congrats to Sid. You know, all health wishes to the baby,
Big shout out. Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
because we missed it last week.
But
We recorded
understand,
before.
understand the sport.
Right. Sport
There
doesn't
ain't no
care.
more Sid, right?
Sport doesn't care.
Sport doesn't care. But like to your point, no Sid for obvious reasons, no Gabby for I don't know, no Femke
Right.
or whatever. Like it's clear that New Balance doesn't hold to the same standard that Nike does with their athletes. Because like, oh
Or
no,
that
you're
or
gonna
that
be there,
Adidas does to theirs.
or right. So it's like, okay, one of the things that Alexis Ohanian said he wanted to implement and start moving towards was like a F1 model for track where athletes are tied to their brands, right? Nike versus Adidas versus Puma versus
Mm-hmm.
New
Mm-hmm.
Balance. Well, shit. If you tell me that the biggest face of New Balance is gone, that kind of changes those calculations, I think, at some level,
Yes.
right? So to watch the New Balance meet and all the New Balance big names kind of wasn't up in there was kind of weird.
Well, the weirdest part to me about that was in the men's 60, there was not only not anybody wearing New Balance, but the guy that won it was running for On Racing.
Right.
So
Right.
Trayvon was actually in the 300.
Correct.
Right.
So
So I don't know. That was odd.
It was odd.
Um, I thought so. Going back to the field events and just the jumps in general, um, featured the women's long and men's triple. Um, just the marks and the timing of the marks were just indicative that it's early.
I mean,
Nothing super alarming happening.
women's long
Well,
jump, the
kind
Gators
of.
were having a practice session.
It,
Right.
interrupted by Monet Davis doing what she does.
Right. Right.
Monet Nichols.
Monet, yes, sorry.
We just
We're
butchering
not
names
throwing.
tonight.
We're not
Just
throwing
butchering.
baseballs. But yeah, no, it was good stuff. Good stuff overall. And I thought, we're never really these styles specifically, never really entertained by indoor. Really, we just entertain it.
Mhm.
But
Yes, say that
it,
again.
right, it was kind of entertaining, kinda, kinda,
Listen,
kinda.
Milrose is on deck. Milrose will be cool, right? But like on paper, just on paper, and it's just maybe my opinion. On paper, the best race at Milrose is the high school boy 60.
Yeah.
Like, like that's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? So, indoors odd like that. You know, kind of never know what you're gonna get, and things just kind of happen the way that they happen. But, you hope that the fields are intriguing at least, and you get the setups that you ultimately get. Like indoor is almost feels random at times.
It definitely feels random at times. No question about that's like perfectly said.
So, well, cool. So, speaking of indoor versus outdoor, not that we were, but we are now.
Wait,
Um,
before you get that, can I just throw out this about the collegiate indoor?
yeah.
If you really look for the audience, if you really look at the collegiate indoor season in rhythm for the past whatever 10 years. This weekend is the first of the three, how I like to say it, right? You got this weekend where you got the Arkansas Invitational popping off, Clemson's second meet, but the first of their real ones popping off. Like this weekend coming up is one of those collegiate weekends. Then it's
Yes.
Valentine's Day, and then it's conference.
And then it's
Right?
Mhm.
conference.
So whatever has gone on in the NCAA space, it's not that we're ignoring it per se. It's just we already know we already know it's about to happen.
It's the warm
All
up,
hell is about to break loose. Yep.
So,
literally the warm up.
we just waiting.
I mean, it will be interesting to see the happenings of the weekend, to say the least. There's a lot going on. I mean, that Arkansas meet's been closed since September,
Yeah.
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 if
And,
not August, but yeah.
there's certain programs you wondering, well, what's going on? All your questions going to get answered starting this weekend. All
Hmm.
of them.
Yep.
Everybody's just playing in the sandbox till now. We're gonna move up to the slide soon. So, the conversation came up. So I'm gonna have Mr. Polar Bear actually repeat it so I don't fumble it. But question came up in pre-show. So we're gonna put it when the tapes are rolling. So if you wouldn't mind re-asking your question, sir.
So the query I gave to you wonderful people for us to pontificate on is when during the season, be it before, in the fall, over the break, or after a meet or two indoors, when do you decide whether you single peak or double peak an athlete? Meaning, basically, when do you decide I'm going to go after the indoor championship and the outdoor, or I'm going to train longer, stay in the hole longer, and we're going to put all our eggs into the run out through the outdoor.
So I will bite the first bullet here and say, answer the question specifically. The decision is made at the beginning of training design, which is Damn all that double peak bullshit. Ain't no double peaks. I don't understand that. That's not true. I understand the visual logic of it. I have never experienced it playing out that way, nor would I specifically attempt to claim that it's going to play out that way because my design is awesome. Yeah, nah, ain't no double peaks. I don't play that game. I've never played that game. I don't understand that game. I'm out on the double peak.
Okay.
I'll go the educator route. So per the entity that I get paid by, we do not teach the double peak. Um, just and I'll say we talk about it, and because everybody thinks that it is physically possible, but um, some of the things that we've learned in just the education of it and research of it is it's it takes too much to come back in the short window of time that we have to actually double peak by definition.
Right.
We can deload and load up and de-emphasize or re-emphasize, however, whatever words you want to use them. But the actual peaking isn't physiologically possible. So, um, now I know in my naiveness as a young coach, I would say I would double peak without actually knowing what I was really saying or
Right.
what I was really asking for.
Right.
But by definition, no. Um, and at this point, what is this? This is tw- almost 20 years into the coaching thing. Is at this point we've realized it's not even double peaking, if we want to call it that. It's de-emphasizing the indoor season to
Hmm.
highlight, the 3 rounds of championships for outdoor.
Hmm.
So there's my scholarly, not
Yeah.
scholarly answer.
Yeah. I've never used the term double peak. I've never uh, operated from the standpoint that um, it would take two separate peaking apparatus to in order to be successful. Say you have two major championships coming up that may be 6 weeks apart or 8 weeks apart or whatever. Um, I have always used a 3-day cycle and just adjusted a 3-day cycle where you have three different types of workouts that cover three different bases. And based on the week, you are making decisions whether to load up or to deload. And a lot of it comes down to how your body's feeling. Because let's face it, at some point during the year, I mean, what are we doing? Like, I mean, are we the idea that, I'm gearing up for the USA Championships and the World Championships are 2 months later. So what? I'm gonna shut it down for a month? No.
I really believe that's the misconception or the lack of knowledge in regard to the actual backside
Yes.
of the peak, right?
Yeah.
Because you think you just shut it down for a week, like what we do between prelims and nationals.
Hmm.
And that's not a peak.
No, it's not.
So there's a deload,
Not. Yes.
but there's not a peak.
Right.
So
Uh,
yeah.
I would say that if you are out there in the world, coaches, athletes, parents,
Hmm.
and you come across a very well advertised internet blah blah blah,
Hmm.
and there are certain words, right? If someone is trying to tell you double peak, run away.
Red flag.
Red flag, flag on the play. That's not a thing.
No, it's not.
Not a thing, but it can be made to sound awesome. You
And
know what I
okay,
mean?
so I'm going to be generous because that's the role I play. I can almost forgive somebody for misusing words if the description is correct and accurate, right? Like, I mean, I'm that teacher that would give you partial credit on the math problem. So I can, if you're willing to talk about it.
Yeah, I just,
So the main reason I asked the question, right, is because we all get people who use these terms, and that's why we've been making the jokes about, about Jesus, what we were just talking about dry phase and those kind of things.
Mhm.
So I just thought it was interesting and worthwhile to bring up. Here's what I'll say. I'm 55, going to be 56. I have been coaching at the collegiate or professional level for 30 years now.
Kidding.
There's one group of people, there's one group of people on this planet that I know of that consistently double peak. And they do legitimately double peak. It's European combined eventers.
Mm.
okay.
They go to training camps in South Africa and the Canary Islands for a fall. They come out of those camps to a different camp at a different site with specificity on the indoor training modules. They throw some jav, they throw some disc, but they train for the 1,000. They train for the 60 and the 60 hurdles, right? They absolutely empty the tank at indoor European championships and or indoor world championships. They then take a week off and then go back to South America or anywhere warm if they don't live in a warm European climate. And they do a fall. It's a shortened version, right? They start back all over again and then they prep for May and beyond. Now, it's shorter for sure, but there are two distinctively different peaking attempts that happen. One in March and one in August/September.
And
Right?
in your very odd world of multi-events, I'm certain that makes sense at a level.
Well, that's why
That's
I'm
why y'all
saying
get paid the big bucks.
literally but it's not even us. It's just the European combined event community because track is European. There are enough meets at the pro level to be able to do that. If you live in the United States, you can't do that
Mm-hmm.
Fair
because
enough.
you run out of meets in May.
Right.
You
I
run out
get
of
that.
meets, right? And so at the end of the day, everybody else, to all of y'all's points, everybody else who's telling y'all that they're double peaking is just falsehoods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like there's, like I said, terms, right? Like in the world that we live in today, bro, I see Instagram, Twitter videos, people, advertising, come talk to us and we will teach you how to improve your dry phase. And then I'm
Yes.
looking at videos and nobody's doing a dry phase, right? Like, don't stop using terminology that you can't see. There's a video out there, with like rubber bands doing starts that are a complete backwards understanding of all things physics. I don't
Yes.
like I can't in good conscience, like I'm just throwing flags all over the place. Like
Bro,
I'm gonna
it's
get the flag.
2026 and it's 2026 and there's still speed consultants using parachutes. So
Yes.
Yes, that's a
Yes.
let's
thing. That's a whole industry, right? So I'm gonna get some
Oh
flags and we're
man.
just gonna throw flags on the play once football season is over for the rest of the year. Because I can't with this stuff. So there are certain terms, and double peak is one of them. If you
double
come in
peak
my
is
office, if if I'm interviewing you and you come in my office and you say double peak, just understand your interview's over. Like, that's not a thing. You see what I'm saying? Like, so there's just certain terms I can't, and that's just one of them. It's just
I mean, listen, I'll give away a small piece of what we do. We took Lyndon to indoor world championships and he finished in the top 5. And we prepared for indoor world championships for 3 days. Like we trained for outdoors from the very, very beginning. And we did 3 specific indoor days with a little bit less rest. I mean, a little bit more rest, very 60 specific, very 60 hurdle specific. 3 days.
all right.
We ain't peak at all. Right? Because the first meet we were doing was in May in the decathlon. So yeah, if I'm asking you to give me an international level emptying of the tank in May, you should be pretty good in March.
Yeah.
So I'll give you 3 days rest and we'll go compete, see what happens.
Right.
But I'm not peaking. I'm not backing you off, and we're not spending 10 days of just touch and feel and like, all right, listen, don't get a cold. Like we're not doing any of that.
Look, if there's a specific indoor meet that you really, really care about and you want to see amazing performances, just give them like 2 more days of rest. It's
That's
fine.
right. That's right.
It's fine.
I
Everything
mean,
else is the same.
I mean, actually, I think one of the things that we should discuss later or whenever is what is rest week?
Sure.
What is the definition of a rest week?
Oh no,
I,
listen, we're gonna get into
we got
all of
time for
this.
that.
I want people to understand. Listen, part of our move to Patreon and part of us demanding that you wonderful people pay us just a little bit for the knowledge is we're gonna give y'all some. If you get your notebook out every time you
Yes.
watch this show, you will have at least one thing to write down in your book that by the end of the season you'll be like, I got game from this show.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
It's no longer free game. It's tip
right.
game.
We
Game.
we're not gonna talk about the difference between a rest week and a peak week now, but we'll get into that.
Yep.
We'll get into the difference between a rest week and a deload week because
Yep.
hey, those terms get used interchangeably all the time incorrectly.
Absolutely.
People see on a sheet something that says active rest. Have no idea what it means. I'm like, then why did you put it on the sheet?
Yeah.
Like there's a huge difference between true recovery and active recovery. There's a huge difference.
Yes.
But listen, one show we're gonna do. This is like one of those tidbits. Write this down because it's coming. We're gonna do a show on terms, terminologies, and cues.
Mm-hmm.
A whole ass show, 90 minutes of terms, terminology, and cues. You don't have to use ours, but between the 4 of us, and if it's one of the weeks where we have Sir Lucius, between the 5 of us, if you can't figure it out between the terms, terminologies, and cues used by the 5 of us,
Mm-hmm. We don't know what to tell you.
You have too complicated an athlete for us to coach.
Your interview is over.
But I mean, we're well over 100 years of coaching experience on this show, so we may not know how to balance checkbooks or something else, but we can sure as hell coach an athlete.
Jeez. All right. So
Anybody hungry? Anybody ready to chew some fat?
gosh.
Wow.
So what did I say? What did I call it?
Chewing fat. You said chew fat. That's what you said
No,
earlier.
chew on fat. That's what I said.
Chew on fat.
So
I'm sorry. It sounded like a very Asian mistake when she said it.
So I was just gonna say
it did.
Sometimes my American-born but first-generation self comes out, and that was definitely a moment that it did. So apologies, but so has nothing to do with track itself, but just things to ponder as we get into this competition season. male and female, like not just females. Um, we are the first to deprive ourselves before we deprive anybody else. So whether it be the athlete, the families, the kids that we birthed ourselves or that are our own blood, we will deprive ourselves before we deprive them. And I'm not saying that's wrong. But what I am saying is that ultimately, at the end of the day, you still have to pour into yourself a little bit. And it's not going to be a lot of it, right? Because, we've had the conversation about balance before, and there's no such true thing. Everything's when I get asked that question by mentees, I say I give 100% of whatever I'm doing at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it is, right? So up until that very moment where I stop and transition to drive home to come be a mom or go somewhere else to be a mentor or whatever it might be, just remember at the end of whatever you're doing, check to see if you've eaten something, check to make sure that you have all your belongings because you'll realize you don't shortly thereafter, and exhale. Right. So that's not to just females, that is to the males and everybody associated with. I'm reminding the GA that we have on staff right now. I'm like, yo, you need to exhale. Like you're too young to be in this tissy and you have no one, quote unquote, relying on you outside of our offices. So like, just breathe, right? Like enjoy the food that you're going to make for yourself and that you get to consume it without somebody eating it before you. Like that's cool. So, I don't know if you all have any other, I guess, call it nuggets or little pieces of personal experience to speak onto that. But, it's competition season. It's what we do. We go home tired and we're tired all the time, all the way until like July or August. So there's no denying it. And there's no saying that I'm going to be better. Like it is what it is.
I think it's important just to piggyback right on top of that, just to just remember as a coach, like you can't do everything.
Speak for yourself.
I
Speak
am.
for yourself.
I am. You can't do
I do
everything either. I watch you.
it.
But when I say you can't do everything, we can't do everything for them, right? I think sometimes we don't go home because so and so needs one more rep. So and so needs to be reminded about nutrition. So and so needs blah, blah, blah. But the reality is, what so and so needs is a conversation one time. Hey, man, you need to do this, this, and this to take care of yourself. And then sometimes you got to just let them F around and find out. Sometimes a kid has to go to a meet tired from doing whatever shenanigans they've been doing, run poorly, and then be made to sit in it.
I mean,
Sometimes.
it's uh preparation and the fact that um it almost never fails. And I do this from time to time and I know what I'm doing, where I'll just stand there and I won't say a word. And they're on the other side of the track looking at me like, are you gonna say start practice? Are you gonna say start jogging? Why aren't you saying anything?
Right? If I go, you're going to yell at me for starting too early. But if I don't, you're going to tell me that why did I wait?
And
Yeah.
it's the lesson in that. And I'm just like, why? Why is it we are 3 months in? You know what my expectations are, don't you? You know that we need to warm up. You know what warm up we have to do. It's all spelled out for you. You know what time it is, right?
Yeah. See, so I struggle with all of this. And it's because my natural instincts are in a place where they probably are less productive. So, and it's twofold. Okay. I am in what I believe, I'm pretty sure, is a very small minority of coaching space where a whole bunch of coaches have kids. From my experience, very few of us have integrated raising their children completely within the program.
Right.
We have made the decision that we are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kai is 4. Kai requires patience. Kai is my son. The more patience Kai requires, the less patience I have with other people's children. So today is a perfect example
Well,
of that.
the video game battery.
Listen, today is a great example. We were doing starts today. Everybody that has important things in the starting realm was doing starts today. To the governor's point, we're so many months in. However, if you're not a freshman, oh, we're way more than so many months in,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, I'm observing, and most of my speaking is directed at the new people
Right.
because I understand the shenanigans I'm looking at. One of my upperclassmen has so obviously set his blocks wrong. And I decided that today, you know what? Nope, I'm not going there.
I'm not going there.
Not, I'm not going there because I'm tired of this. I'm just gonna let it ride. We're gonna see how long it's gonna take
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
figure this out. So of course, we get through the whole session, and it's just he's frustrated. And T's standing there because she's come over from the jumps. And he is seeing that I'm not with it today. So he goes, T, I don't this isn't right. There's something wrong. And of course, what he's hinting at is that it's our fault.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's something.
Of
It's something
course.
y'all did for sure.
Of course.
And I see T about to go down this rabbit hole where we're going to be there for 40 more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I simply said, sir, what are your block settings? And he answered the question. We've taught them to measure it with their
Mm-hmm.
hands.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, that's what that is? He's like, yeah. I said, okay. So he gets in the box, he comes to set, and T's looking at me. She's like, that's not right. I was like, I know it's not right. And she moves a pedal, and then it's right. And he's like, I knew it was off. I'm like, oh, is it? What's your block setting? Count that one. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. I said, right. So you have wasted everyone's time today because
Yes.
you're not paying enough attention to
Yes.
set your blocks properly.
Yeah.
I was like, sir, I'm not doing this with you. Because when we go to the meet, I now
Mm-hmm.
have no confidence that you have set your blocks properly.
Right.
You were so upset about your start at the last meet. It looked good in the back. Then we
Mm-hmm.
went out there and it was completely different. Did you set your blocks properly? Of course I did. I was like, well, you didn't today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and the whole time, Kai's riding a scooter around telling us it's time to go. So no, like I struggle with this current balance because my
Mm-hmm.
patience for chicanery is going down because my 4-year-old requires more patience and he's
My,
there.
my favorite word for that is tomfoolery.
Just
Yep.
bro, like what do you mean? Like they're just like it's so obvious that they were wrong. I'm like at some point you got to let the adults be adults. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Much better that you learn that lesson on Monday afternoon
Doing
and
blocks.
hopefully no
Yeah.
more because that is basic stuff. You know how long it took for us to get that boy's settings correct? And now you just not gonna set them right? No, I'm not here for that.
So at the end of the day, inhale, exhale.
That's
Make
right.
sure those ribs are moving when you're breathing because we don't need you to suffocate yourself by no means.
Yeah,
But
find your balance.
find it, be a balance. So with that said, y'all, another week's in the books.
That's right.
Another fun time. Another weekend of travel coming up. Everyone be safe. Uh, Texas Foolery will be coming to an end very shortly here. So thank goodness for that.
Yeah, we go send this north weather back up north.
That's
Yeah,
right.
because nah. I'm good. All right, y'all. Yeah, you hush with that West Coast. Oh my goodness. So, everyone, be safe, stay warm, and we'll see each other next week. Bye now.